My name's Jackie Parks. I have 2 teenage children. I've got Tom, who's 16, and I've got Holly, who's 15, and Anthony, my husband. So my official title is I am the head of MI outsourcing for British Gas. First of all, I go out to look at some of the third-party companies that we might use. Once you set up the contracts and you set up the locations and you look at all that, you've then got to manage the performance of those people. So that's why I travel quite a bit with regards to having to visit the people. In the beginning, it was usually I'd do six, possibly 8-week trip, and that kind of average is what it was as we moved throughout the year. Now, as I've moved on to just looking at the contractuals, it's usually on average about 1 to 2 weeks. I've actually been in the job 18 months doing this project, but I've actually had to travel 13 times. This is one of those things where everyone says, oh, how'd you go away and how'd you leave the children? And God, they were so young when you left and everything else. It's actually harder now that they're older than when they were younger. They obviously didn't know a lot when I was travelling. It was just a case of, me being away for a couple of weeks. Now they're obviously, because of their ages, they're a lot more aware of me being away. And I think it affects more from my daughter's point of view, because mum's not here and she wants to have a chat with me and she wants to be able to, just sit down on the couch and watch a movie or do whatever we do. And it's not the same over the phone and it's not the same over Skype, but, technology's allowed us to do a lot more. So it's a very natural, or we try to see it as a very natural process of what happens when I go away, so we don't or try not to make a big thing of it. And it's very much accepted. It just sometimes doesn't feel right that you, this travel that you do, for instance, in some of the places that you visit. So I've been lucky enough when I've been to India, I've been able to visit the Taj Mahal, I've been able to go over to Goa and have some lovely holidays, which doesn't seem right when you're actually, your husband sat at home, and these are places that you might go, with your partner or your husband. When I arrive back home, it's, you are exhausted. You just want to get in and kind of and relax. But I'm still a mum when I walk through the door. So I've got to be able to still be a mum. And again, the children are very understanding with that as well now. They kind of know, Tom just goes out, leaves me to it. And Holly is there on hand as she is with coffee and anything else that I want. So she's really brilliant as well. I've actually just, in this last week, changed my job. I'm now going to be dealing with all the UK markets, whereas prior to that it's always been abroad, but I am going to be at home a lot more. So I think that is obviously a benefit, and we will see how it goes.